Hello, good day. So today we'll be seeing how we can design this web page. This is a web page for mobile bike repair shop. Now, if we analyze this web page has a background with linear gradient. The gradient color is running from top to bottom. The top color is a red and the bottom color is a orange. Now it has a 4 section. The first one is the header, second one is the hero section, the third one is the feature set, and the last one is the testimonial section. Now if we observe the header section, it has a logo, that is an image, the nav menus, and then there is a border at the bottom, and then we have a hero section where there is again an image and have 3 sections like the name of the shop, then some description and a call to action button. And then we have this one, this is the feature set, and then finally we have testimonial. Okay, now this is one thing to note, that the whole content is 60% of the width of the page in a large screen. If we see the mobile version, you see that it is doing like this, where it is like 90% of the width and the things are oriented like this. So let us see this in action. So let's start. I have an empty HTML file. So I would first link the CSS file, manual.css, and then what I'd be doing, I'd be taking a main section. This main section is control the width of the content. So for large screen it is 60%, and for a smaller screen it will be 90%. And then it would have a 4 section, as we have seen in the main web page. Also header, then we have a section called hero, we have a section called feature, and we have a section called testimonial. Okay, perfect. Now in the header section, before I start the header section, okay, so what I'll be doing, I'll start with the neutralization of the all the elements by setting the margin to 0, and then the padding to 0, box sizing to border box. Okay, now once done, I will start with the body. I'll set the height to auto rather, and then the mean height to 100 VH, and then background would be around linear gradient, red to blue. Okay, now in the red part I would be doing this, lower down the saturation. The bottom I would be taking the orange. Okay, so yeah, so I reduce the saturation a bit. Yeah, so that's how it is. Perfect. Now okay, then we'll start with the main. So the main would have a width of 90%. Okay, done. Height would be equal to maybe 98%. Just try to keep some height. Done. Okay, now margin I'll set to auto, so that I can align it centrally, and the margin button I'll keep a bottom margin of say 30 px. Okay, perfect. So this is, yeah, nice. So in that case, height, what I do calc, actually leave it. Now we'll do it later. Now the header section will start doing the header section. Header section would start with an image. Okay, now we can do the main to display grid, or we can control it. So by setting the height of each of the section, that also you can do. Anyway, it will flow top to bottom. So let's go with the grid way of doing things. Now before that, I will do the image here. Now the images will be coming from logo.png. Perfect, it came. And then there will be the nav menus. Inside nav we have UL, we have li, then li would be contact, and then li would be about. Okay, now once it is done, we'd be starting with the main is done. Header. Before I go to header, I would prefer to take the display grid way of things, and read template columns. There will be only one columns, so we could have not done that. Read template rows. There will be 3 rows. So it start with that will be say 70 px I will be taking, and then it will be 200 px, 200 px, and then the finally let's make it a testimonial as auto. Okay, now here let's control the header thing, and this is the header. Okay, now header, what I will be doing again, it will be display grid, and it would have a two columns and rows. So grid template column, I will mark that this guy as 30%, and maybe I'll control it a bit 25%, and then 75% like this. Okay, and then read rows would be anyway one, so we don't need this, the default one. Now this is the one. Now what we'll be doing, header, I'll control the image, I'll set the width equal to say 100%. Okay, so it got the width, and the max width I'd be set it to say 100 px, so that it remains within that, it doesn't grow very big. Perfect. Now once this is done, we'll control the nav and ul and the nav thing header. So I'll be going starting with the nav ul. The very first thing I'll do, display flex, that would make it this. Perfect. And then ul height equal to, I'll be setting 100%, and then I can control the align items equal to, make it center, it is in center, and justify content, it would be flex end. That makes a lot of sense. Nav ul li list style none. Okay, it is done. Now if you see, not justify content, yeah, that is flex end, align item is center, height equal to 100%. Okay, now if you see, there is two issues. This image is a bit on up, and the background color is not matching. So what I'll be doing, I'll increase the background color a bit, so then they match a bit more. Yeah, they're matching, but then this is on top. So what I would be doing for align, let me do for the image align, this should be on top, content could be centered. Yeah, now they are perfectly centered. Now what I'll be doing here, some gap I need, so gap would be putting around say 10 px. That's perfect. Color I'd be setting at the body level. I want all the text color to be white. I could set up a variable also, that would have been great as well. Nice. Now this is done. I would set the font size to be a bit small, 10 px. That's very small actually. 12 px, that's also very small. Maybe 14 px would be good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then would have some border, 1 px, solid white. Okay, now there will be going the padding equal to 2 px, 5 px, maybe we can do 10 px. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now we'll be doing the border, and for nav, for the header border bottom, there is a bottom border, so that would be 1 px, solid white. Yeah, that's pretty great. Okay, now we'll be going and doing the testimonial section. Testimonial section will be very good, very easy. So we just will be putting some text, random text on it. Okay, and then we'll be taking 4 of this. Fine. Now this is how it is. Now we'll be going dot testimonials. The spelling is okay. Fine. Now we'll be doing display grid, and then grid. So we'll be taking template columns. Okay, now it will be repeat to 1fr. You see, this is perfectly happening. Read template rows, repeat 2, 1fr. Okay, this is perfect. Now I don't, in a small screen I don't want it like this, so I'm putting some column gap and row gap, px, and some row gap equal to 10 px. Okay, now we did that. Maybe a bit more would be okay. 15 px and 15 px would be great. Okay, it is done. Now okay, so what I do here, it should be, so let's add the media. Yeah, media only, this should be only screen, and minimum width I want be 600 px. Then after that it will be applied here. This would go, okay. So here the everything will go, only these things would be, and here what I would be doing, it should be the column should be 1FR all, and here it would be 4. So in a small screen it would be like this, and a bigger screen it would be so if I make it big, you will be seeing the difference here. Now what I'll be doing, testing div. So each of the div I will mark border 1px solid. Actually I could make it a variable for that also. Padding would be 5px kind of, yeah, and then I have to control the font size as well for them. It could be 14px, the smaller one. Perfect. That looks pretty good. And yeah, so in a bigger screen I could increase the font size as well. Okay, now this looks, the page is 2 part is done. We need 2 more parts to go. So we'll be starting with the hero section. So probably I'll go here. So in the hero section we have 2 areas. So one is our left side, okay, and then we have an image. Okay, probably I can put it inside this. I will mark it as the right, and inside that I'll be putting in this. Okay, now this is the 2 thing. Now one thing I want to say, that the hero section, let's do this with this. Anything I start it with the border. Okay, border equal to 1px solid white, so that I can see how it is. Okay, now we need a margin. So the moment I put I can see we need a margin top, so that it has a space from top of. Now we got a margin. Okay, now inside that we would be putting these things. Now as we got margin top, it reduced it, so I could do one thing, I could add it here, so then we'll be getting more margin to it. But I think we would not be needing it. We would not be needing it. It would be very otherwise not good looking. Okay, so probably what I can do, I can make it a bit big. Yeah, that would be, in that case I think 250px would be good. This again we can control that thing. Now what I'd be doing, the image, the part, here we are. So let's start with that hero and the image. Okay, so width equal to 100% and max width, we don't want it to go more than 300px. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to go to index and we have to mark this image. I need images, the photo. Perfect, got it. The right here I will be doing the title bike repair shop. Sorry, the spelling was wrong. Yeah, sorry, repair shop. Okay, sorry for the spelling. Okay, and leave dot description, and again around 15 description I'll be putting, and then we would have a button shop. Okay, done. Now once it is done, we are here. Now what we'll be doing for the hero section, of course we would have a display equal to, we'd be doing yeah, we can do it like let's do it grid away, then grid template columns, maybe 60%, 40%. How would it look? Yeah, that's okay. Now what I want to do, it to be centrally putting things, so just if it should be align content, I can do center. Now it is in center. Perfect. What would be the yeah, the image is okay, it looks fine. Now hero image is there, so let's do the other part. Hero dot left dot daily title. Maybe I can remove the left thing. Title that would be a bit big. Font size I'd be expecting to be 20 px, kind of that. Yeah, it's very big now. Now here the hero, so hero then dot any left. What I'm expecting this display do them flex direction column gap equal to maybe 10 px. Yeah, that looks pretty great. And then align items should be flex start. Yeah, now that's look pretty good. So then order hero and for DSC font size I will mind 40 px 14 px. Yeah, that looks perfect. Then hero view button. Okay, so the button would be, the font size will be around 14 px. It's big. We'll be taking some padding, 3 px, 15 px. It's a very big button now. And background color will mark it as white, and border will be none. Perfect. Some border radius equal to 10 px. It would be, I think we can increase the font a bit big to 25 px. Yeah, call to action button is quite visible now. What I would be doing for hero section would mark it the border 0 px. Now we got the hero section. Probably it has a bit more. We don't need so much padding on top. Maybe 20 would be good. Yeah, 20 px would be good anyway. So we need to reduce this guy also a bit less. Maybe 20. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now the next section, last section. So for the last section, what I'll be doing, I'll be going here, the feature section. In the feature section, now let's do the feature section. Feature section will be taking 3 divs, so they would all be having similar Control C. Okay, now I'd be doing it via background image. Okay, now in the feature section, this is nav hero. Then after that, nav URL hero section is now hero button hero image. Here we can do feature. Okay, dot f. So the feature, what would be, okay, now so we need some extra f1, then another f2, and then f3, so that I can control this. Okay, now for f1, basically we'll be marking the background image. So before I do background image, what I'll be starting with dot fef feature, maybe the border 1 px solid white. So we got the border. Okay, perfect. Now we will be doing for this one the same thing. We'll see how they are oriented, and they would be row to row, of course. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be marking it as display as flags. Okay, then it would be justify content would be space between everybody, and align items will be equal to center. Will be doing correctly. So these are these 3 dots are the things. Okay, now for this I'll be marking them width of as this 3 and some space we need, maybe 27% each of them would have. I see there, and height will be I mean 100% kind of, that would be not good. So what I do, I would maintain the aspect ratio of 1. Yeah, so they are perfectly square. Okay, very good. Now once this is done, what I do for feature, I remove this. Now we have a very good this thing. Now I will be going, and so dot f1 I will be taking, and then I will apply the background image. It will be URL. It's an images folder. Say the first one, image 1. Okay. Then similarly, I'll do all this for all the other one. Okay. It should be 2. It should be 2, and then it should be for him. It should be 3. It should be for him 3. Okay, so we got 3 images. Now what all I have to do going there, for this I will control the background position. I will mark it as center. Background size, I will mark it as cover. Now you see they came here, and I will remove this one. Now I will mark the background color equal to black. I will mark the black a bit lesser black, and then background blade mode multiply. See, now we got the feature section, this one. Now on top of that, all we have to go there and we have to add the toppings. Okay, the toppings would be again here. Okay, so we would be having again the image. Yeah, so the first image, and then div dot we can say title. Okay, and then it could be equal to first one would be online. Okay, and then yeah, something, and then some description. Let's see, some description. Okay, like this. So now once we got this, and there should be like images, and it should be on icons. Actually, icons. First one is the bus. Okay, now this is very big, I know. So okay, now I'd be controlling that one, and now I'd be before that let me control this part first. Okay, F1. So for all of them, so what I'd be doing, dot f image. So we could be around say 50%. So now we got this image. So still I think this is very big. Maybe 30% would be just it should give a look and feel. Yeah, that's perfect. And then we would have other thing. Now once I got this, I'll go and I'll be taking this ff1, the internal thing, and I'll copy paste for others. So let's start the lowest one. First for all of them. Okay. Now this shouldn't be bus. This should be some phone, and the last this one could be spanner. Okay, contact. This I'll mark it as contact, and quick service. Okay, like this. Now once we did that, what I'd be doing, I'll be going here. Now I'd be controlling image. I could control now. Sorry, dot title. Title I'd be controlling also, and I would be controlling dot desc description. We have to control the font size of, say, it could be around 8px. Yeah, that's a bit less, maybe 10px looks perfect, and this is okay. The title is okay. Now if you see, title looks perfect. Okay, here is a problem. The if this is now your font if. Now I can control inside the display. It should be, I can mark it as flex. Now then flex direction would be column, and then justify. Okay, so in that case align items would be centrally aligned, you see. Okay, now for okay, what is happening for description, do this thing, text align equal to center, it's in center. Okay, perfect. Now what I'd be doing, align items, and then justify contents. I would say space evenly would be better. Yeah, this looks pretty perfect. You see they are aligned, images are aligned. Okay, and they looks pretty good. Now this is how the website looks. Now if we see the responsive thing, the bottom testimonial is going perfect, but the image is increasing. For the feature is beyond control. So what is happening here is for .if. Now here is width is 27%, and I'll mark this max width also equal to Acha, okay, so one thing also you have to do for that, let me go to the 300px. So I would mark that image is not more than 100px. That would be very less, I guess. 150px. Okay, so now if I, so after so you see the images are not distorting. Okay, now we can definitely control this. See here, okay, so the thing we have to control, of course, the main we are not controlling here. Yeah, so that is, so main, so width would be here become 60%. Okay, the movement would be entering more than 600px will go beyond the width will be 600 60%. It should not be dot main, I'm sorry for that, it should be only main. Now you see it's become 60%, and then it's still if it still try to expand it may. So what we can do, we can, for main we can fix the max width, that we don't want it go 600px beyond that what made is. So now if I go very big, if you see, let me close this guy and let me close this guy also, then probably, yeah, now you see in a very large screen also this is very nicely being controlled. Okay, thank you for watching.